Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, this bearish divergence is playing out in the short term, while the Bitcoin dominance is running into significant resistance, which could cause an altcoin season. So I'll be talking about that in just a moment. Definitely stick around. First of all, starting off on the daily Bitcoin chart, and right now, obviously the price of Bitcoin is getting yet another rejection from this significant area of resistance, which is still coming into play in between 28,000 going up towards around 29.5k. So once again, that is still acting as significant resistance, as I've been saying almost every day over the last 1 week or so, and this area of resistance is based on this price range that was acting as strong support throughout 2021 and also into 2022. So due to the fact that the price is running into this significant resistance, this is basically putting the uptrend on pause right now. And like I've said almost every day over the last 1 week, it is extremely unlikely that we will break through this resistance on the first attempt. And instead, it is much more likely that we will see either a consolidation first or even a pullback, a rejection from this range of resistance before we eventually see a breakout to the upside, kind of like what we saw back at that 25k resistance level. Obviously, we saw multiple rejections, multiple attempts of breakouts, which actually failed a few times first before then successfully breaking out later on. So we will likely see something somewhat similar to that at this resistance. And now, if you're zooming into the shorter term, this right here is the 4-hour Bitcoin to US dollar chart. And once again, as I've said over the last few days, we do have an active bearish divergence in the short term, which means we should not be expecting a significant amount of bullish momentum anytime soon in the imminent short term. So this, of course, coincides with the price running into significant resistance, pointing towards a pause from the bullish trend in the short term. Most likely either some choppy sideways price action, if not a slight pullback in the short term is likely. But once again, that doesn't necessarily change the larger bullish trend that is still currently active on the daily time frame. But anyway, if you're taking a look at the Bitcoin dominance, this right here is on the weekly time frame, and right now the Bitcoin dominance is still running into this significant area of resistance, which is coming into play in between 47.5% going up towards around 48.5%. And what we have seen so far in the immediate short term is a slight rejection in the Bitcoin dominance, but what we've seen over the last 2 years or so, basically any time the Bitcoin dominance reaches this price range that I just talked about, we have usually seen rejections from this area on the chart, as what we've seen once again over the last 2 years play out time and time again. And so if history was simply to repeat and we were to see another rejection from this area of resistance, then in that case, if we do see a further rejection or a reversal, for example, from this bullish trend into another bearish trend, then in that case, that would be bullish for altcoins and technically be an altcoin season, because when the Bitcoin dominance is going to the downside, that means Bitcoin is losing market share, which basically means the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. So altcoins are usually having bigger gains than Bitcoin during these times in the market when the Bitcoin dominance is going to the downside. Now, it is important to mention that at least as of right now, we have not yet confirmed a bearish trend reversal in the Bitcoin dominance. Obviously, it is running into key resistance, which could result in a reversal eventually. But right now, we have not yet confirmed that reversal. So it is important to just keep paying attention to what is actually happening in the short term here, in case we do end up seeing a reversal, which once again could trigger an altcoin season, meaning altcoins outperforming Bitcoin. But if the Bitcoin dominance finally breaks above this resistance and finally breaks out of this 2-year sideways price range, then in that case, obviously that would be very bullish for Bitcoin, but not so much for the altcoin market. But anyway, now taking a look at the Ethereum part of this video, this right here is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and right now the price of ETH is struggling with that previous 1.8k resistance. And now, as I mentioned in my last video, we did end up seeing one daily candle close above 1.8k, but as I also mentioned, it was only slightly barely above 1.8k, which means ideally we need to see some more confirmation in order to further confirm that breakout, like for example a weekly candle close or flipping this previous resistance into new support. But neither of those further confirmation signals have actually happened. And in fact, right now at the time of recording this video, the price of ETH is trading back below this important range of resistance, which is coming into play in between 1770 to 1.8k, which means we could have just seen a small fake out to the upsides, especially if we end up seeing a daily candle close back below around 1770, because in that case, that would essentially mean we did not end up seeing any confirmed breakout, and this resistance in between 1770 to around 1810 approximately is still acting as strong resistance. But if we do end up seeing a confirmed breakout well above 1.8k with more confirmation like a weekly candle close or ideally flipping 1.8k into new support, then in that case, the next significant resistance would be sitting at around $2,000. But right now, as for support, I'm focusing on this price range sitting in between around 1650 to 1.7k, because that was previous significant resistance and should now be acting as support here on the daily time frame. And now if you're zooming into the shorter term, this right here is the 4-hour ETH to US dollar chart, and right now as of recording this video, the price of ETH is in a choppy sideways price range sitting in between this support and this resistance. First of all, this area of support is sitting in between around 1710 to 1730 approximately, and this area of resistance is coming into play in between around 1830 to 1850 approximately. And so right now, just in the immediate short term, while the price is still holding above this support level, we're looking very neutral in the short term, just in a choppy sideways price range, which can still be a gold mine in crypto. You can still make a lot of money in a choppy sideways price range. And if you want to know how to do that, stick around to the end of this video. But basically right now, this bearish divergence is no longer active, as I also explained in my last video, meaning we're mostly neutral in the imminent short term. But if we end up seeing a break below this short-term support, then in that case, I'll be looking at around 1650 for the next area of support for the price of ETH, which is also aligning with the daily time frame. And once again, on the daily time frame, technically the trend is still obviously in the bullish direction, but just in the short term, we are obviously taking a pause from the larger bullish trend. And now, if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways like right now, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money in either a bullish or bearish trend, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money in crypto if the price is chopping around sideways like right now. But that's just about everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.